Cold in the country.
So like, oh, that's what this was, you know?
We're supposed to get 4 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. Do you know how much rain that is? Like, that's a lot of rain. Welcome back to Adventuring with Angie. Last week I went all in on baking and paused on the land. I'm feeling inspired for sure and leaning all the way in this week after a baking opportunity comes my way. Join me as I reawaken with another river hike and cold plunge, new projects in the house, and more baking than I know what to do with. Let's jump right in.
They use with a malt syrup.
Honey, did you miss me?
Secret.
That's the secret?
Are you making bagels?
Maybe.
Bagels?
Chris and Munya are here for another day and the weather is asking us to play. So after having fun in the kitchen and seeing if I could make some bagels, which I found out that I can. Okay, I'm gonna do one of these bagels.
Let me have a piece, please.
Toast it.
No, they're real. You're supposed to not toast it.
Okay, they're fresh.
Start yelling.
Okay, we're
Watch
just
out,
Are you listening to the New Yorkers at all?
Here we go. We took ourselves to the river for another hike and swim. Should have brought bug spray. The hike's lush growth reached out to us as we made our way up the river this time in search of a brighter spot. Unfortunately, the sun seemed to evade us today, having already dipped behind the ridge, leaving us few options for warmth. I love a cold plunge, but I don't love one when the sun isn't around. It took a lot of peer pressure from Chris for me to put myself in that 45-degree water, but once I was in, I settled quickly. It feels undescribable when the cold grabs you and you first dip into the water, and for one split second I always think that I'm just gonna get up and get out. That's it, no more. But I never leave.
We did that.
I always push myself to make 3 minutes, and anything more than that is a bonus. There's no sun, so I literally feel like I'm on an episode of Alone right now. I need my socks. We need to go. We need to go. After our soak and a quick hike out, we spent some time laying on a few rocks on the trail before migrating home for dinner. Chris requested cookies, so I took the lead on dessert while her and Munya made dinner. Because I am rustic.
Are you? Let me on.
I woke up feeling more alive than ever and ready to get something done. My bedroom has been irking me lately. The lack of personalization and decision to leave it builder grade has finally become unbearable, and I decided I want to change it, and it has to happen now. Wow, damn. Good morning. It's a trash day. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous out though, so no complaints about that. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my room, and in terms of budget, I have a lot of other projects for the land, but I know that this deserves a little bit of love. Trash is done. Gross, my hands are gross. I spent the morning moving through chores and baking a bit of bread before meeting Chris and Munya in town for a coffee on their way out. On my way home, I stopped at the hardware store to pick up a can of black paint. I am crazy right now. I literally just went to the hardware store, got a can of paint, and was like, this room, we're done with this room. So I'm about to paint her. I don't even know what I'm about to do, but I'm about to paint her. It won't transform the space, but it's a start. I'm a big fan of dark, dramatic designs, despite me living in calm neutrals. I had a partially black bedroom back in my last house and was sad to leave it so soon, so I knew I wanted to bring that back here. I spent some time painting what I could before taking a break for the evening. Look, a storm's coming, so I'm doing some, oh my god, morning prep. Literally bonnet's still on. Oh god, look at these. You see those storm clouds? It's about to rain on us. It's not even just rain, it's about to dump on us. We're supposed to get 4 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. Do you know how much rain that is? Like, that's a lot of rain. With little to do on my schedule and the house admittedly enjoying some of the last few slow days of winter before chicken madness ensues, I spent the middle of my week baking and trying new things.
You're just gonna sit there and say,
Yeah. It's not comfy, but you know, it is a motivator because it's not comfortable. I wanted to practice shaping my bread loaves and try a new recipe for sourdough English muffins. I also spent some time starting a rosemary loaf because Jen said it's one of her favorites. If I had a house full of people to feed always, I would truly be happiest cooking all day long. Jen and Rachel are certainly loving all of the extra treats, and I'm just excited to have someone taste test my creations. To take a break from the house, Jen and I went thrifting in town and picked up coffees before heading home. While we were at the shop, we found out that their usual baker is on vacation for a few weeks and they don't have any treats. In an absolute brilliant move, Jen suggested I fill in since I'm already baking every day, and to my surprise, they agreed. Which brings me here. I woke up Friday around 4:45 a.m. to make some scones and get treats to the coffee shop by 7:30. I haven't woken up at that hour in ages, and certainly not without the sun's assistance. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous making these. It's not that I don't trust my baking skills, I've just never shared them with anyone other than friends and family. I can be very critical of myself, and this to me is like art, and I wasn't sure if I was ready. Jen literally set me straight when I was rating my scones lower than reality would mark them, and I really needed that wedge in some of my self-criticism. The scones were delicious, moist, and full of flavor. I dropped them off, wiped my hands, and went on my merry way. Back home, and before going to bed, I baked the 2 loaves of bread from yesterday and prepped some cookie dough to bake tomorrow. I woke up not as early on Saturday and prepped a goat cheese tart before firing the chocolate cookies I prepared last night. I was so nervous about this tart. My oven was not hitting the right temp, and today is the day that I learned that. I was able to correct it and get everything fired, but I can't lie, I had a little panic that I wasn't going to get anything out the door and perhaps wasted ingredients. There's a trigger here for sure, and I'm becoming more aware of it. I think when I feel like a mistake is going to happen, I freeze and immediately want to blame myself for not performing acrobatics around it and getting ahead of potential mishaps. I wanted to blame myself for not having an oven thermometer as opposed to just noting that I need to get one, and that opened a door to be not so nice to myself. Once again, Jen witnessed it and shut it down real fast, but it happened, and I'm still thinking of why. After dropping the treats at the coffee shop, I stocked up on some butter and cheese and brought myself back home. I'm so excited. The sun is out, it's beautiful, it's cold, it's like 40. My windows are down, I don't care. And I just dropped my baked goods at the cafe for day number 2, and I was like so hard on myself this morning. I'm just like, oh, they're not good. And then people were like, they're so great. And I was like, okay, cool. Oh my God, I'm such a trip. I'm loving how my room is coming along, but I'm tempted to tackle the floors too. I just have a very impulsive plan that involves me in this Exacto-ably and my carpet in my bedroom. I want to know if there's wood floors under here because I'm sick of it. So let's do this. And also, no, I haven't finished painting. Wish I could just move this entirely. I'm gonna check a spot back here because I'm never back here. Ugh. Literally can't even fit my shoulders through this space. That is wild. I'm gonna take it. There's no floor. We do not have the original hardwood floor that's in the entire house. We have the ceiling. Turns out it's just the backside of the cedar tongue and groove ceiling from the floor below. It sits right on the beams and acts as a subfloor for my room. Definitely not ideal for a final floor since it's softwood, but hey, at least I know now and I can cover it with something other than this rug. Okay, you know what you can do?
What?
Make a beverage.
I can do that.
Okay. I closed out the night by making some pizzas with Jen. They were absolutely delicious, and this was the first time in a while that I've actually made my own dough and baked the pizzas start to finish. On my last day of the week, everything started out completely normal. I made lots of treats in the morning and brought them all to the shop before coming back home and inviting a friend over. While we were playing games and sitting by the fire, wind from the storm started picking up and our power went out around 4 p.m. Thinking it was just temporary, we lit some candles, lit the oil lamps, and made the most of it. At this point in time, we don't know just how long we'll be without power, but I can tell you knowing now, it's gonna be a while. Thank you so much for joining me on another week of adventures. If you enjoyed this week, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Next week, we're navigating woes with the generator and days without power. I'm getting creative with my bakes, and the house is moving forward with our seedlings for the garden. There's so much happening, and I can't wait to share more next week. I'll see you later. Bye!